2019 is a very special year for Badminton Ireland as they celebrate their 120th anniversary in November. Founded as the Badminton Union of Ireland in 1899, it later became one of the founding members of the International Badminton Federation. Started in 1902, the Irish Open is one of the oldest badminton tournaments. Badminton Ireland CEO David McGill spoke to Badminton Unlimited about how far the sport has come in Ireland since the inception of the federation.
2019 is our 120th anniversary, so it's a really big year. It's a big milestone for Badminton Ireland. We were formed in 1899, and that was off the back of two clubs having a dispute on court, which does tend to happen, and they decided they needed a governing body to help resolve these issues. So on the 25th of November 1899, those two clubs and some other clubs formed, and they formed the Badminton Union of Ireland. It's grown a lot since then, obviously, but 120 years later we've 350 plus clubs. We've over 13,000 members. We've a development team that have multiple schools across the country linking in with those clubs. So a lot of new work has been done, and we've come a long way in 120 years, thankfully. I think for me, seeing Scott Evans and Chloe McGee qualify for the Olympics was a big one, and I remember watching the guys play on court. So that's a big milestone for me. There are plenty of other milestones throughout the history, but for me it would be the two guys at the Olympics. So the museum was started by Dick O'Rafferty, and he's been curating materials for a long time. He's been pulling all these articles together about the history of badminton in Ireland, and a couple of years ago he got a space and they created the first ever Irish Badminton Museum, which was a great achievement for Dick because he'd spent so many years doing it voluntarily, and now he has a space to show off to the Irish public. Last year the Japanese Badminton Federation actually travelled over to Ireland to see the museum ahead of Tokyo 2020 because they're looking to start their own museum, and they had Ireland's museum in mind to look at. Yeah, I mean, sport is hugely important in this country, and you just have to look at this campus. I mean, there's so many sports in this small location, but this campus is always busy. There's always some sporting event going on here, across the country. I mean, Irish people love sport. It's in our DNA, whether it's hurling or badminton or football, rugby, you know, there's a passion. And when Ireland are doing well and we have something, everybody comes out, whether they're a long-time supporter or if they just heard that they're playing. Irish people just love getting behind an Irish team. For me, I'd really like to see our three able-bodied athletes, Nat, Sam, Chloe, and also Niall, who's a para-athlete, qualify. And we really want to just put all our energy and efforts into helping them do that in whatever way we can, because it is a big event. It only comes around every 4 years. For some of these athletes, Chloe and Sam, it could be their last attempt, so we really want to make sure that all our efforts are focused on helping them achieve that goal.